Hey, what's up, guys? This is CB, and I'm here today with my first video. So today I'm gonna be covering different websites that I use to make my trades, and ones that I find super duper useful for playing the markets and knowing what's happening. So first off, we're gonna start off with Finviz.com. So it's basically a really good website. So right off the top, you're gonna see all of the major indices in a chart at the top, and then going down you're going to be seeing the heat map, which is going to be over here, and you're going to be able to see how stocks did, uh, all of the large cap stocks, how they did during the day, and you can also like change the map filter and the different day performances, including like these different technical and these different fundamental indicators. So moving from that, there's also going to be these two rows of the top gainers, top losers, and these are going to be like super high volume. So if you play like these really high change stocks, then these are you'll be able to like see all of these tickers over here and be able to make some potential plays. And then there's going to be some tickers based on like what type of graph support they are on, what type of charting. So Finviz automatically does like these chart patterns, and so you could just find if you trade based off of patterns, you could just find the specific ticker and play it. So these are going to be the major headlines, what happened during the day, and if anything crazy happened, it's gonna pop up right here, and it's gonna help you a lot. So right here, it's gonna be the insider selling and trading. So that's pretty important to know if there's going to be insider trading in your company. So you want to definitely know that. So then there's gonna be like economic calendar right here. It's gonna say any important events, and then over here is going to be futures, forex, bonds. So one thing that I find really useful that is part of the use website is going to be the screener. So the screener, you're able to search for any ticker based off of these criteria. And there's a lot of criteria that you can shift through. So if you really want to find like this really specific stock, such as like a high dividend stock, and it has low volatility, and that it's below $50, and that it's in this specific sector and industry, and that it only has this amount of volume, then you could search that ticker up, and this is completely free. So that's one of the good parts about it. So another part of it, if you search up any company, such as let's search up Apple. So right now you get a automatically preview already charted, basic charted chart, and you're able to, it's a candlestick. You could change it based on how you want it, but you're able to see like general trend lines, volume. You're able to see everything, including like dividend, PE ratios, all of that. So you don't need to be searching online for all these individual values. It's all here on this website, and uh, that makes your due diligence very easy to do. And these are gonna be the different buy ratings, the different price targets from analysts, and these are gonna be the major news of whatever happens. And it's also gonna like say for some tickers, there's gonna be a news, and then there's gonna be like corresponding price change in the stock. So if that news affected the stock or not, and then here is going to be insider trading. So that's the first website. The second website is investing.com. So first off, you're gonna be seeing real-time streaming information. So this is gonna be real time. It's gonna be streaming when the market opens. You're gonna be seeing this information like real time, right then and right now, and no delay. So that's one of the really good parts about it, because I know some other websites, they only provide a delayed information. So you're able to see indices futures, and you're also able to see all the markets for different countries. So if you're trying to trade, example, maybe I want to trade Japanese stocks. So you're going to be going over here and you could like see the corresponding price change and what's happening. So another really useful thing that I've been doing on investing.com is when you do search up a ticker, let's search up AMD, for example, Advanced Micro Devices. Let's click that. And basically what you're going to be taking into is this like general stock preview, right? And it's going to have chart. So the chart is pretty good. It does show, it does have like a real streaming chart. So you could like do some interesting things on it. There's also going to be like some of the information on the stock right down there, which of course you could use Finviz to do that. For the technical, this is what I mainly use, the technical analysis. This is basically providing the investing.com's their own like buy or sell opinion on the stock based on these technical indicators such as the moving averages and the technical indicators. So there's going to be for different time frames. So if I was trying to trade AMD, like maybe do maybe a day trade, I'm gonna be looking at the 5-minute, 15-minute. Hey, look, it looks like a strong buy. All of the technical indicators, these are some pretty noticeable ones. A lot of people use these, and it's same buy, the moving averages. So this might be a good time to this. I use this to help reinforce my opinion and to confirm if I should enter a trade or not. Obviously, not every trade is going to be depending on this. Sometimes it may say the opposite, but most of the times you do want to be paying attention to this, especially for the longer time frames, hourly. So if I was trying to play this like maybe a swing trade for a couple days, the daily and a 5-hour chart, they don't look very good. So swing trading this might not be that good of an idea. And if you're going to hold this long term, the weekly, monthly, they look like a strong buy. So this AMD would be a good overall, should be a generally better buy over the long term. So the third website I'm going to be using is TradingView. So this is going to be where I do all of my charts. And charting is super useful because you can identify chart patterns and trade based off of that. And the thing is, a lot of other people are also looking at these same charts. Big institutional investors, they're using algorithms. Other traders, they're using the same charts. And if you're able to identify the same charting techniques and patterns as they would, you'll be able to follow the trend and make money off of that. So right here, QQQ, pretty famous tech 100 index that follows the NASDAQ. So right here, you can see that there's different time frames. You could change the frame depending on how you like it. The chart type, you can add technical indicators depending on what you like. Right here, I have the RSI, the Ultimate MACD, Soch RSI, which is a pretty good indicator that I'm using right now. So right here, you're be able to. So right here, I just put some supports. Right here, I should obviously change this to red, but you get the general idea. I do support resistances, and you're able to get a general idea if the stock will have strong bullish momentum or strong bearish momentum, or if it's going to trade flat, sideways, what direction it's going to go to. So for SPY, I got a lot more support levels. As you can see, the chart is just bouncing around, and you could see the volume right here. You could also do some charting techniques such as like Fibonacci retracements and all that. You can use Sink or Swim, TOS. However, you do have to open a TD America trade account, which is a hassle for some people. So that's why I'm mainly using TradingView. So let's move on to the next. So this is simply Wall Street. You do have to sign in and make an account. And for the first month, I do believe that you can view unlimited companies. So take that valuable opportunity. Then they switch you over to a learner plan, which is what I currently have. It's free. The paid plan, you could view more companies. Right now, I'm not viewing that many companies. So right now I just search up SRNE. So what simply Wall Street is going to do, it provides a almost complete breakdown of the stock analysis, and it gives like a very detailed report that you can look into. So this is mainly going to be fundamental stuff. So if you're trading based on if you're if you're day trading, this might not be as much of a help. But if you're doing long-term swings and you're holding the stock for a long period of time, this is definitely going to be super useful. So right here, it's going to provide snowflake analysis of the value, future, past, health, dividend, and the five main factors. As you can see, SRNE is not very great in all of those, so it might not be that great of a stock to invest in. You can see different events for the stock that occurred, average return, all of these like different things. So you can look at the future growth. So you could look at the future growth, how the company is going to grow compared to like other companies, and see like the revenue and all of that stuff. So there's going to be analysis checks, which see if the company is uh, like going meeting or surpassing its expectations. However, SRNE is not. So its big X check marks would mean there might be a problem with the company in regards to this past performance or different indicators. So you can see like the balance sheet pretty good. They provide a complete breakdown of dividend, financial, everything related to the stock. There's even going to be management of the company. As you can see, like, hey, 0.8 years, this might not be, the management isn't very experienced, so you might not want to invest because then management team might not know what they are doing. So as you can see, the board member, you can also see ownership. If there's any insider buying, then there's going to be ownership breakdowns, such as how much institutional investors own, how much the general public owns, and that's pretty important information to know. And then there's going to be general company information, where it's based. So overall, this is a super useful website that you should use when doing long-term plays on a stock and determining if it's worth to play it. So the last website I'm going to be using is the options profit calculator. So this only applies to you if you do play options. Option trading is very risky. However, you can increase the success of that using this website and making the best option plays possible. So let's look into so basically there's the different types of options. These are just the basic options right here. These are going to be more advanced options like the spreads and iron condors and all. You could even make your own uh, option strategies. And then right here, let's do a long call. You're gonna basically type in the stock. So I'm doing Apple, and then you're gonna do the option. For the option, it gives you the entire chart of the option chart, and also like the different dates, all the strikes. So that's really useful. So let's say I want to buy a leap for Apple. So let's see if that's a good idea. So maybe I want to get $100 strike, and let's see how much this would return. So overall, it's gonna, once you calculate, bam, you're gonna get a full fleshed out chart. So what's happening is that this at the top are gonna be the dates, and for each date is gonna show what your option contract value would be at uh, for what specific price that the stock is at. So if Apple stock is say at $130 by the start of December, So let's see right here. So it'll be like right here. So that means, hey, I'm making 70% on this contract. I just made $1,270. So what if Apple stock by the expiration date just was flat? It just didn't. It just traded up and down. It just ended up right here, no change. That means you lose $245 on this contract. So pretty useful. You only use $100 if Apple stock tanks. So like the direction, how much the stock needs to change. So this is very useful. And if you see like a very steep curve, uh, like a green and red curve, that means it's gonna take a lot of price change for you to make money. So you probably shouldn't enter that option. So that's everything that I'm using. Hopefully you enjoyed my first video. If you liked it, please leave a like, leave a comment on any feedback you want to give or how I can improve these videos. And thank you all. If you enjoyed,